Ramena Nishacharachamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhutame Bhurama Mamudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Onnamiti Tassi Mahashra Sutrani Oyan Rulruk Nyamana Nanam Jabai Garadash Jabagadash Kapha Chacha Thacha Chatav Kapai Shashasal Hal Iti Mahashra Sutrani. Okay, let's continue from last time. Thank you, Hemaji. Yes, I got the one from the Sanskrit documents.org also has a Raghuvamsham. It doesn't have the tika, but thank you, Hemaji. I got it. Okay, so let us continue from last time. Looking at this wonderful shloka over here, which you're having some fun with last class. I'll look at that. If somebody is echoing, you can mute yourself, whoever is echoing. Thank you. Ta naradhipasuta nrapatmajaiste cha taviragaman kritarthatam sobhavad varavadhu samagamaha pratyaya prakriti yoga sannibhaha. So that is what this verse is saying. So one more time, which is ta naradhipasuta nrapatmajaiste cha taviragaman kritarthatam Sobhavad varavadhu samagamaha pratyaya prakriti yoga sanjivaha. First thing always is chant the shloka correctly, loudly. That's the simplest, easiest thing. Just by doing that alone, you will get all knowledge, really. If you keep on with dedication, with bhakti bhava, if you do it, then you can get it really very well. So like we do in English, same thing. Then do the tika, same thing, ta iti. So we'll do, when you're in the class, we'll do padacheda. So taha naradhipa sutaha nrupatmajayihi te cha tabhihi agaman kritarthatam saha abhavat varavadhu samagamaha pratyaya prakriti yoga sanjibhaha. Samastapadam. That last thing is all a compound. Okay, so now Sandhi rules, I assume you know all the Sandhi rules by now. If you don't, you can listen to recordings of the Saturday classes. They're all online. You can get examples every day. So Sandhi rules, we won't do much in this class. So I'm assuming that you know the Sandhi rules. If not, please refer to the Saturday class notes and recordings and examples. Plenty of examples are there. So, taha naradhipasuta. So Karthik, what's the sutram here? Taha naradhipasuta.
We'll get Sasajushoruhu and then Hashik Yoshi and Hali Sarvesha.
Hali Sarvesha. Yes, always good to practice, but always good to practice the sutras. Even same thing, Naradhipasutaha, same thing there. Sasajushoruhu. Bhogogo Purvasya Yoshi, Hali Sarvesham, and so on. Yeah. Interesting one over here is Sobhavat. Sobhavat. The interesting point here is that the Prathama Ekvachanam Pullinge of the Pratipadikam Tat, which is Saha. This is the only place that Visarga will leave an impression behind, so to speak, when the Rasva Akara follows, like Soham. Everywhere else like Sa Pashyati, Sa Gacchati, Sa Agacchati, everywhere else the Visarga will just drop out and it will be gone. Because of the fact that, okay, Karthik, what sutras are available here? How to back this statement I just made? All I said was that this Visarga of Saha, that will only kind of show up, so to speak, in this form, in the Rasva Akare Pare. Why is that, Karthik?
When we have Hal, it will have the Etat Tadoho Sulopo Akoran and Samase Hali.
So let's for the benefit of the class, what Karthik is talking about is that the exceptional thing about this Saha and Eshaha is this special sutram, which is in the Sapad Saptadhyayi itself. So before you can get to Sasaju Shoruhu or anything like that, this sutram comes into play. Give me 1 second. Okay, I had to restart my machine today. Let me restart my okay, all right. Okay. So what Karthik is saying is that this sutram, which is, what number is that, Karthik? 6-1? 132 maybe? Yeah, 132. Etat tadoho sulopo koranyang samase hali. So of course that etat tadoho sulopaha. So the etad and tat pratipadikam, when the pratyaya su which comes in, it takes a lopaha, haliparataha. That those other two conditions are very rare conditions. Akoho, anyang, samase, those we don't have most of the time. So simple thing is that etad and tad, which means basically means that the eshaha and saha, these two, and followed by a hal, they take that the sakara takes lopaha, sulopaha. So that means that will not be seen. This is a special thing. So whenever a hal follows, they are all gone. How about the remaining ach letters, Karthik? What comes in here?
We'll have bho bhago agho apurvasya yoshi and lopa shakalyasya.
And then lopa shakalyasya hali sarvesha, one of the two. So that will be, of course, in the Tripadi section. So if any other ach except akara follows, then you're going to have these two rules, which is the bho bhago apurvasya yoshi. So apurvasya. So first of all, you get sasajusho ruhu. Then because the akara is preceding, it becomes a yakaraha when ash follows. So ash includes all vowels and all soft consonants, because ach plus hash is going to be ash. So up to jaba gada dash. So that is very simple as like that. Now what about when the akara follows, Karthik? What's the last thing? What's the last?
We will get sasajusho ruhu and atoro rapluta daplute.
Very good. Atoro rapluta daplute. So that is the only one single sutram, which is atoro rapluta daplute. Atoro rapluta daplute. Atoro rapluta daplute. Every sutram repeat 5, 10, 15 times. The best thing you can do in Vyakaranam is repeat every sutram. Every sutram that you get, you're one step closer to the point of saying, now I can understand Vyakaranam, I know the basics, I can now do on my own, I'm not lost anymore. In the beginning, of course, you'll be a little bit lost. But every sutram that you get and understand, it'll take about a year or 2, maybe even if it takes 5 years, so what? After 5 years, now you're all set for life. You can now extend your horizons, you can look at different places. But if you don't do it the Panini way, you will never get there, even after 50 years. Because you'll always be wondering, how do I know this? How do I do this? How do I do that? So that's why in this class we do sutras, which is very discouraging for beginners, because mostly the people drop out, which is fine. But I think not doing it the Paninian way, you're doing a disservice in a certain way. Of course, you want to keep on reading Gita, Ramayana, everything. You keep on reading on one side, but don't forget, if you want to really understand the language well, there is no other way to do it. So atoro rapluta daplute is the only sutram where when this short a precedes and the ru is sandwiched in between there. The ru is sandwiched in between the akara following and the akara preceding. It becomes a ukaraha. Then you get, of course, adgunaha, and then ingaf padanta dati. So these rules I hope you're doing on your own. If you're not doing or if you're not following, please feel free to post. You can even post on the Saturday class group, or you can post even on this thing. I hope one more time all of you are on the avg-sanskrit.org. You're following that. A lot of work being done by Kalpesh and some other people. So please make benefit of that. One thing that if you see any typos there on their website, please let us know. That is a seva that we can do for the next generation of students. Okay, let's continue. So Sandhi rules we will not do much unless something really special. Okay, just follow what Malinatha has to say. So taha, no commentary. Means those who discussed before. Purva nirupitaha. That comes from the context. The simple rule is that when you see a tat padam, look for a yat padam, and vice versa. Okay, that's a simple rule. So here we don't have any yat padam connecting with that taha. Then there are two ways out. One thing is that look from the context. From the context. Most of the time that will work out. So that purvoktaha, which have been described before. So once in a while, even when that doesn't work out, then you go for prasiddha. Prasiddha also is the last way possible. The example I think I've given in class before is that Saha Bhagavan Mam Avatu. May that Lord protect me. Without any context, if I say that, That means that Saha is what? Which Bhagavan? Prasiddha Bhagavan. Sarvaihi Jnataha Bhagavan. So that Lord means that Lord who everybody knows. So that is so these are three ways. First thing is look for the Yat Padam. That's the solid case. Yat Padam is not there, then look for the context. If context is not there, try to use Prasiddham. And of course, if all those doesn't work, then you should have something in the commentary. Also mentioned to you many times is don't read anything in the beginning without good commentaries, without the authorized commentary. If you read Bhagavad Puranam, you want Sridhar Swami's commentary with that. Don't read Bhagavad Puranam without Sridhar Swami's commentary. Don't do it. It's not worth it in the beginning. Later on, you can try on your own. Again, you have to accept everything what Sridhara says, what Malinatha says, what Shankara says, what whoever says. You don't have to accept all of that. But read it, try to understand it, then make a decision on your own. Taha means from the context, those who have been described before. Naradhipasataha. Naradhipasataha is simply Janaka Kanyakaha. So what is the commentary on Naradhipa? Is Narana Madipaha Naradhipaha. Means he is the Lord of men, he is the king, Naradhipaha. This is the conventionalist language, in the culture, I guess, the king is called the Lord of men, the Lord of earth also. Bhupatihi. So Bhupatihi, Bhupaha, Naradhipaha, Nrupaha, Nrupatihi, all these basically means king. So, Naradhipa Sutaha. So he's making two commentaries. He's saying Naradhipa is Janaka and Suta is Suta is Kanyaka. So Naradhipa Sutaha, Janaka Kanyaka. These are very, very simple, straightforward commentaries, but they will build your confidence. They will build your confidence as you go along. As you get small pieces out of it, now you at least got an entrance into the commentary now. Now you can extend slightly. Next time, try to get one more word, another word. Janaka Kanyakaha, Nrupatma Jaihi. So why is he making this commentary? Also the next question you should answer. Because if it was very this straightforward, why is Balinatha wasting words to make a commentary like that? The reason is that there are two kings right now in the same, that Vivaha Mandape. There are two of them. One is Dasharataha, one is Janakaha. So he's trying to clarify for us whose daughters and whose sons we are talking about. So Naradhipasutaha, he says Janaka Kanyakaha. He makes sure that that king is Janakaha. Next word, Nrupatma Jaihi. Nrupatma Jaihi, Dasharatha Putraihi. Also very straightforward commentary. Nrupatma Nrupa is Nrun Pati Nrupaha. Nrun Pati Nrupaha. In Sutra Kartik for us quickly. Nrun Pati iti Nrupaha.
Nrupaha.
What can you do for us for that?
This is.
We need Upapada Samasa.
Yeah.
Nrun Pati Nrupaha. Okay. So
Atonupasarge kaha?
Atodupasarga. What number is that? Yes, you're right. You're right. Very good. Was that you Kalpesh or you Kartik? Who was that? Can tell the voice. But yeah, Atonupasarga kaha. Very good. So what this sutram says is that the Upapada Samasa we went to drill many times. First of all, very fundamental things. If you want to form any samasa, I've said this a million times, but maybe I'll say it again, is that you have to find some rule in 2.1 or 2.2 to start the process. Samasa Vidhayaka Sutrani Griyante Dvitiyasya Adhyayasa Prathame Pade Dvitiya Pade Cha. So always start from one sutram in 2.1 or 2.2. Very, very simple fundamental thing. For Upapada Samasa is only one sutram. Upapadam Ating. Upapadam Ating. So this step is common for all Upapada Samasas. We've said this many times, but it doesn't hurt to repeat. So it is 2.2.19 because within Samasas, also I've said like 1,000 times now, is that from 2.1.22 to 2.2.22, Tatpurushaha Adhikaraha. At the end of that, Vishesha Tatpurushaha. And so one of the special Tatpurushas is the Upapada Samasaha. Upapada Samasa is Tatpurusha Bhedaha. It's a part of Tatpurushas. So what is the kind of the sign of Upapada Samasas? What is the trademark? You require Upapada to be there. in order for Uttara Bhaga, that dhatu which is there, to take that pratyaya, it depends on the upapada being there. Without that, so in our example right now, what do we have? Is, can we say pati iti paha? We cannot. If you could say pati iti paha, which is nrupa, so then it will become what? Nrunam paha, not nrun pati iti paha. If you could say pati iti paha, then you would have to make a shashita purusha out of it. Make it like that. But here we could not say that nru or something has, that karma has to be there. Which is, then only we can bring the pratyaya, which Karthik said, atonupasarge kaha. Atonupasarge kaha. So let's finish off this one. Just a little bit of grammar in the between for you. So these two steps are common, which is upapadam ating. After that, you come to tatropapadam saptami stham. Tatropapadam saptami stham. So how do we know which upapadas are authorized to take which pratyayas, with which dhatus? All that comes in the third adhyaya. The moment you say upapadam ating, this is samasi vidhayaka sutram, and tatropapadam saptami stham. So upapadas are given over here. And then from here on, we can now see whatever is in saptami, that can qualify, which is not a regular saptami, doesn't have the usual meaning of saptami, then that can qualify as an upapada. And the most important rules are between 3 to 1 and 3 to 100. There are some outside also, but these are the main ones. And the very first sutram is karmanyan. So up to this point should have been straightforward. So one more time is 219 upapadam ating. Next thing, tatropapadam saptamistham. This is for all upapada samasas, all of them. The third step, which is karmanyan, which is that if the upapada is a karma, it is object, then karmanyan is a default sutram. For example, kumbham karoti iti kumbhakaraha, sutrakaraha, bhashyakaraha. These are all examples of karmanyan. But of course here the pratyaya an has not been used. We need akar lopa over here, which clearly an cannot do. There must be something below karmanyan to give us some sutram which will give us the pratyaya which will do the akar lopa. So you can also work from both sides. You can also reverse engineer the form. The fact that akar lopa has taken place means we are going to use 6464, which is ato lopa iti cha. That requires a pratyaya which is kit or nyat. So you start looking for a pratyaya which is going to be kit or nyat pratyaya. Right here we have ato anupasarge kaha, ataha. So from a dhatu which is adanta dhatu, which of course pa will qualify for that. And then anupasarge, should upasarga is not there because you only have pa, no upasarga is there, and the pratyaya kaha is used. So now once you get all of that, then it's straightforward. So let us finish. Okay, so let's do that. Just some practice for us. Practice. From now on, after some time, these first two steps should be very straightforward to us, which is, make a note of these please, which is any upapada samasa, step number 1. Upapadam ating, 2219. Step number 2, tatropapadam saptamistham, 3192. After that, try to come to 321 to 32100 and find a sutram. If you're talking about a karma upadam, then try to look for karmanyan, start from there. Okay, so here we go. We can go. What's the vigraha vakyam here from Karthik? Right?
Nru plus shas. Sorry, shas.
Shas plus pa plus ka. Okay, so this is what we got. So up to now we have ka means, of course, by this time I think all of you know the it letters, how to strip off the it letters, 132 to 138, and lashak vatadjite. So only the akara only will remain, lashak vatadjite. So 138 lashak vatadjite. Tasya lopaha. So what did we use? We used 2219, upapadamating, 3192, tatropa padam saptami stham, and then we use special sutram which is 323, atanupasarge kaha. Next step, Karthik, we do is
supo dhatu pratipadikayoho.
First you get the pratipadika sanya. For these are also two very, very common steps for all compounds. For all compounds, which is at 1246, which is krit tadita samasascha. the entire samastam padam will get the entire samasa, which is the pratipadikam, with the pratipadika sanya. Shouldn't say padam, but that entire samudaya will get the pratipadika sanya. And then supo dhatu pratipadika yoho, 2471. These two steps, just like these two steps are common for upapada samasas. So for all samasas, we have the common steps of 1246 and 2471. After applying those steps, we'll get nru, so that shas is gone, and we'll get pa plus the a. So this was 1246 along with 2471. Basically, simply stated that inside a samasa, which was supo dhatu pratipadika yoho. So inside a pratipadikam, a general rule, the sup cannot stay. The samasa gets pratipadika status, so that's why the sup cannot stay. So we remove the shas, and then final step is
ato lopa iticha.
So ardha dhatuke, this adhikara called ardha dhatuke in Ashtadhyaya in two places. The more you know the Ashtadhyaya topography, the better it is. You can look look quicker in the Ashtadhyaya. You can understand a sutram. If you see the number, you will know what context is coming in. So the adhikara of ardha dhatuke comes in two places, which is 2435, which is several dhatus change their form completely when the pratyaya falling has the sanya of ardha dhatukam. That's in 2.4. Now in the angasya adhikara, there's one more ardha dhatuka adhikara which gives all the angakaryam. So we want to use right now 6464 ato lopa iticha. So it's the important sutram which says adantam angam. We have an angam ending in long a that takes lopaha, alontyasya. Only the ending letter takes lopaha. When does that happen? Pratyaya following is ajadi kitnit, or it is idagamaha. In that case, it takes, so we put the pratyaya which has got the sanya of course, ardha dhatukam. So putting these together, 6464, finally we get from nr plus pa plus a. So nrpa is the final form. Okay, so that's this for 6464. Anyway, so I just wanted to do a little bit of compounds, because these are very, very common. So these common steps now, these two which are here, which hopefully now will be second nature for all of you, as well as upada samasas, those two up there also. Okay, let's continue. So nrupatmajayihi, actually atmaja also is that kind of a compound. Same steps, very, very similar steps. Only thing is that with the dhatu is jan over here. They have to find some pratyaya which does the T lopaha. You can always also work backwards now. Use pratyaya does the T lopaha. So because the dhatu was jan, that an bhaga has gone, and only an akara has come in its place. The pratyaya is da, because of sutram 64143, which says that te when dit pratyaya follows, angam which has bhasanya takes T lopaha. Here we don't have bhasanya, but because the da was put as an it, we still get T lopaha, anubandha karana samarthya. So same steps you will do in atmaja. We won't do all the steps because we have limited amount of time, but also these two steps will be same. So 2219, 3192, only this one will change. Of course, dhatu will change, dhatu will be jan. Which one is Karthik, you think?
Saptamyam janer daha.
I think probably next one, panchamyama jato.
Oh.
I think panchamyama, but that's where it starts. Panchamyama jato. Panchamyama jato. So if you have, when somebody is born from something, something is born from something, then the dhatu jan is used, pratyaya da is used. So it will be all similar steps. We'll use 3298 onward 64143. So now from now on, your methodology for upada samasa is ready now. 2219, upapadamating, then 3192, tatsapupadam saptami stham. Then start from 321 to 32100. Try to scan that. See if you find a sutram there. 80% you will find it there. If not, look for then around other sections in up to 3, 4, up to the lasya adhikara, up to there. So, but most of them will be here.
Satishji?
Yes.
What is this Janaka Kanyaka?
Yes.
Does it carry a vibhakti with it, or it's
Yo, that's you do padacheda in the commentary also, Vasu. So what's the padacheda here? One thing also, one more thing by the way. In fact, I'm glad Vasu mentioned that. Is that in the commentary, first of all, a simple thing you can do padacheda. If you can do that much, that's also quite a big step. So what's the padacheda here? Is taha iti. Then taha naradhipa sutaha janaka kanyakaha nrupatmajaihi dasharataputraihi kritarthatam kula shila vayo rupadi saphalyam agaman. So do padacheda at the commentary first. If you can do that, then you got a good first step. So yeah, the answer to the question is janaka kanyakaha. It is prathama bahuvachanam. Decline like latavat.
Why not Kanyaha?
Kanyaha it could have been Kanyaha, but I think he's taking it like maybe they're slightly small in age, maybe. So Kanyakaha. So Kanya also I think would have qualified. Kanya would have qualified. So I think Kanyakaha also might be another way of saying. I don't know exactly why. Let us see. Maybe we can take a shot. Let's see Kanyakaha. Does Apte give any special because this pratyaya kan is used in various meanings, one of them is like it's a small kanya, maybe at a young age. Maybe it's idiomatically more stylish. I don't know exactly why kanya kaha versus kanyaha. Let's see. Sorry. Kanya kaha. Okay. So kan ya ka. Kanyaka is this Kanyaka. This is several kind of heroines. An unmarried girl serving as chief character. Look at this one. Maybe it has this meaning. Looks like Vasu. I didn't know this, by the way. It's an unmarried girl serving as a chief character in a poetical composition. So these are words. This Natya Shastram, which I don't know, not too familiar with. This Kanyaka is actually looks like a heroine. Looks like it's an heroine. So it has a special meaning of heroine. Okay. So every class I learn something new. So this.
I was wondering that Kaha has to do with any Tadita Pratyaya or something.
No, not Pratyaya. The Pratyaya only occurs. Pratyaya is Kan is a Pratyaya. It comes in various meanings like Alparte, this and that, like Balakaha, like a small boy, But this has a special meaning. This is idiomatic meaning in the context of these plays, I guess. So it means heroines, I guess. Okay, so that's new to me. I didn't know that. But Janaka Kanyaka, Nrupatmajaihi, Dashataputraihi. I think the word Tritiya I can probably supply Saha along with them. Kritarthatam Agaman. It's idiomatic in this language. Get used to this. You go to a particular state, a mental state, or even a physical place also. Like I said to Gita many times, favorite example, Klebhyam mas magamah partha, don't go to impotency, means don't be impotent. Maudhyam mas magataha, mas magamaha, I should say, don't be foolish, So all these things you can supply, which we will never say in English, very idiomatic in this language. And then he makes a comment on that. Krutarthatham, nakula, shila, vayo, rupadi, saphalyam. Saphalyam is like success, success. They attain the proper result, fruit. The fruit of what? Fruit of them being kula, shila, vayo, rupadi, of being born in a good family, of being in a good conduct, shila, vayaha, which is their young age, and rupa, which is their good, beautiful form. So all of these that they had, they were able to get the maximum benefit out of that. By finding the appropriate match in life, of course, that is what it means. So Krutarthatham means that they all of them found a good match for each other. So they became fulfilled. It means fulfilled. So Krutartha is a Bahuviri compound. So Krutaha, so Sadhitaha, Artha, so Yena Saha, so or maybe Yasya Saha also. So one who has attained his object, one who's fulfilled. So Krutarthatam means the state of being fulfilled. So the simple meaning is that the daughters of Janaka Raja, along with the sons of Dasharatha, they went to the state of being fulfilled means they were fulfilled. So they were fulfilled. Now, agaman. So, agaman, we talked about this last time, is notice a couple of things over here. Notice the adagamaha, which is there, which comes only in 3 lakaras, which is given by 6471, lung, lung, rung, shvarudataha. Lung, lung, rung. We've done this in the class many times, but the adagamaha comes in 6471, only when 3 lakaras are there, lung, lung, rung. So, now, rung is very rare, very easy to spot, because in the rung, you'll get the pratyaya here by 3133, chatasi, r, lutoho. So that one you can rule out. You don't need it, because it almost never comes, and it comes, you can easily spot it. Like a word like abhavishyat, akarishyat, very easy to spot. Remaining will be lung and lung. This will be always a competition between these two. Now, the easy way out is the lung forms for you should be easy, because the angakaram should be well known to you. Same angakaram is getting lat lakaraha, you get in lung lakara also. So if the dhatu was gum, I think all of you know, becomes gacchati. Gum becomes gacchati. So it should become agachan, agachan. The fact that it is not agachan, and if you know the dhatu is gum, then you should know that dhatu is gum. One more thing is that you can easily, once you know, even if you can guess the dhatu, you can easily open up a book like the dhatu vritti and check what is the lung lakara. So this is the point how to use these books, You can, in 1 minute, you can just open up in fact, let's do it right now. Let's do it right now just so we know exactly what you're talking about. Let's say we look at this one, dhatu gam. Dhatu gam, let's see, because he will give, please use these books. They're meant for us to be used, because all these acharyas spend their whole life writing these books for us. So dhatu gam is over here. And in the very first lines, he will first do the prakriya. It's not working. Okay. Let me try again. Maybe it might work. Sometimes it doesn't work. No. Okay. Anyway, it's not working for some reason. Let me try to shut it off. Do the last channel. Sometimes it doesn't work. No. Okay, it's not working today. But anyway, if you look at the dhatu vritti, if you look at dhatu gam, I will quickly read from the book which I have, the dhatu gam. First of all, it's gamlu, dhatu pataha. Of course, if you know a little bit more grammar, the moment you see the form gamlu with that l as an it, immediately you will be able to tell that, oh, actually it is working. Okay. Vasudha has a question. Yes, Vasudha?
Namaste. Namaste, Satishji.
Namaste. Oh.
Okay, I have a question in a sense. How to use this Madhavi Dhatu Vritti? I had the book, but I have not been using actually. Sometimes it becomes very difficult.
Let's do the Udghatanam today. Let's do Udghatanam.
Okay.
Let's start using it today.
Thank you. I opened the book.
Okay, open the book. You have the one by this, the Kapoor Trust, right? Ramana Kapoor
Yes,
Trust.
I had the one by Kapoor Trust.
That's a very good book, and that is very good editor, which is, Vijayapala Vidyavaradhi, which is one of the best, one of the few scholars who's, spending a lot of effort to edit these books, which is, because these people study for, 30, 40, 50 years in the scholarship that they have. So Vijayapala Vidyavaradhi, any book that is edited by him, just buy it. Because that's what I do sometimes. I see a good editor like that, generally, even if I don't know. Anyway, okay. Look what you do, Vasudha, look at the index at the back, Dhatu Suchi.
Okay.
This is Dhatu Suchi of the very nice Suchis this book has. Dhatu Vritti. So it's Dhatu Suchi at the back. You can look at the around page 800. Around page 800 and 805, you see Dhatu Gamru there?
I got gum. Correct, I got it. Gamru?
Page 347, yeah, on page 347, right?
347, thank you.
Okay. And then if you go there, you look at the first few lines, you will see there all the lakaras given in order. In order, which order? The tit lakaras first, then the tit lakaras. So you can get, like the lut, lit, lut, lut, etc. So you can, so first he gives gacchati as a lat lakara. Did you find gacchati?
1 second. Yes, I got Gachati. Ishu Yamam Yama. He gave that sutra.
That's fine. So that's lat lakara. Next lakara should be what? Lit. Right?
Yes.
So lit lakara will be, he give the form jagama. Do you see jagama?
Yes, I could see the Jagama.
Okay, leave jagama. Next lakara is what? Lit. Lut. Lut. So what form is that? It's ganta.
Lut should be
Ganta.
Ganta.
You see
Okay.
ganta. Look two 3 lines below. See ganta there. 3 lines below.
Okay. I didn't get that Ganta, but I could see Gamish.
Oh, no.
Ganta. I got Ganta. Sorry, Ganta.
So that you should go step by step. So you got lut, lit, lut so far. Next
Okay.
lakara is what? Lut. Gamishyati.
Lut. Gamishati. Okay.
You got gamishyati? Okay.
Okay.
Next lakara is what? Lot. So lot form is what? Gachatu. Correct?
Gachatu. Correct.
Did you see Gachatu now?
Yes, I could see Gachatu.
So you have to, so you know where we are. You have to know where we are. So we are in the lot lakara, we are doing Gachatu. After lot, you know what do we have? So we finished the tit lakaras now. We got lut, lit, lut, lut, lot. Now go to lung lakara.
Lang Lakara.
Next
Gachat. Okay.
So that is lung lakara. So now you know that the form that we have right now in Raghuvamsham is not the lung lakara. It will be agachan otherwise. Correct?
Correct.
So now next lakara after lung is what? Is ling. Ling is vidhiling, which is gached. You see that?
Yes.
So
Gachet.
that's vidhiling form. Next one is ashiling, gamyat. You see gamyat?
Yes, I see Gamyat.
Okay, and next comes lung lakara, agamat. You see that?
1 second.
After
Agamat.
next
Yes,
agamat.
yes.
So that's
Agamat.
how you know. So now you know agamat is the third person singular. Prathama Purusha se ekavachanam. Pratyatipon, he will not give everything, all 9 matrix, he will not give the matrix, but he'll give at least one form most of the time. So now you go agamat, and then he gives a very nice, let me show the whole class if I can. Give me 1 second, okay? I think this might be working now. Which page am I on? 374. Okay, let me try to show the whole class what we are doing. Of course, this is a slightly different book. Just the page I want is not coming. Hold on. Let me try. Okay, this one is not coming. Okay. Unfortunately, it's on the next page over here where I'm not able to get that page. Okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, so you see this dhatu vritti, and after agamat he gives the comment ruditatvat ang gama hana iti atra anangiti paryudasat no padha lopaha. He makes 2 comments. So anyway, the bottom line is that if you can guess the dhatu, you can come to dhatu vritti, go step by step, lut, lit, lut, lut, lot, lung, vidhiling, ashiling, lung, lung. And then he start a sananta prakriya, then the yanganta prakriya, then nijanta prakriya. So these are very beautiful things in this book. This book has almost no errors. So please use this book, and you can get the authorized commentary on dhatu patha. So this has, so you can see agamat is the form in the lakara lung. So without knowing any grammar, you can look at agamat, and at least you got the form now. So you know what lakara it is, what dhatu it is. Then what you can do is you can look at the comments and make sense of them if you can. He said because ru as an it, this pratyaya ang is coming, which is coming by, he didn't give the sutra number there, but ang pratyaya is coming. And then he says that 6498 does not apply. Okay, so let's do that. Anyway, so Vasudha, you got it now? You know how you got it?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
So for every dhatu, you can do this. So look at for any dhatu, any lakaraha now, you got in your hand. Of course, you can fill in some pieces. You have to, he'll not give all the forms, but it's not like dhatu manjari, but it's much better. You have every lakara, every dhatu's form. Now, one more hint for you. If you don't get all the details, go back, because
Okay.
he will not repeat. Okay. So first thing that I would do, if I don't see the details, go to the first dhatu of that gana. Try to understand that one, because he will not repeat those basic steps for every dhatu in that gana. So,
Okay.
if you're looking for like lat lakara or the lot lakara, lung lakara or vidhiling, try to understand the first dhatu of this gana. In this case, dhatu bhu, of course. But, and then, even then, if you don't get it, it might be just one of the few prior dhatus, might be. Sometimes he will also tell you this dhatu is like this dhatu. Then you go over there. So basically, everything is in this book. Only thing you have to understand how to use it and how to follow it. That's all. So good. Okay. So now let's see what. Now let us see. If you want to finish one Kartik for us, so where the pratyaya ang is coming? You remember this one, Kartik? In the lung lakara, where does chililung chile stitch come? Let's look under that.
No, it is Satishji. I'll have to search.
Before Kartari Shap is this section, is this chililung chile stitch. And then from there up to about, from 3143 up to, I think it goes up to, I think that up to Sarvadhatu ke yak, I think. It goes from there to there. So that is a section, any lung lakara, that you can, come and see which special pratyayas, because normally should have come Kartari Shap. Kartari Shap should have come as default. Clearly we don't have Kartari Shap coming over here. These are apavadas for that. So because Anuvritti goes from 3143, which is the Chili Lungi, the Lung Lakara. It's one of the most complicated lakaras, okay? This lakara is the most complicated one. So you don't have to understand everything. Pick up whatever you can get, And it goes to 66, Kartik. So all the way from 43 to 66 before, Sarvadhatu ke yak. That entire section is for lung lakara. You can remember that. So next time, Kartik, before Sarvadhatu ke yak, back all the way up to chili lungi chile sich. That is the section for the. So this is like playing Monopoly game. You got one more territory in your bag now. So, okay. And there he says the comment that Saranacharya makes is that ruditatvad, because ru is an it. There's pratyaya ang, which is coming over here. Asyati vakti khyatibhya ang. Then he gives some more below pushadi, dyutadi, duditaha parasnipadeshu. So 3155 pratyaya ang is coming. Pratyaya ang. So this is one of the easiest forms of lung. The moment you see in the dhatu part itself, the moment you see this ru as an it, you should be very happy. Because if you see the ru as an it, that means immediately you know the lung prakriya is very easy. You just add the pratyaya ang, then the angam becomes like gama, and then it becomes the same endings as in lung lakara you can use. So you'll get what? Agamat, agamatam, agaman, agamaha, agamatam, agamata, agamam, agamav, agamama. So once you see this l as an it in any dhatu, then immediately you should be very happy, because always immediately think of, because lung is the most complicated form. But this is the easiest form of lung. You just think of this pushadi, yutadi, liditaha, prasya padeshu ang. The good thing about ang is that it cannot take an idagamaha. It's not valadi, cannot cause any guna either. Or it's just as an it. So that's also very nice. So now no guna problems, vriddhi problems, no idagamaha. So why say guna vriddhi problems? Because from 7 to 1, there are these sutras which talk about vriddhi in sich when sich follows, which is this sichi vriddhi prasya padeshu. There are a lot of complication with sich, but this one is easy. Okay, then that will get us the form now. The last comment he makes is that gama hana 6498 iti atra anangiti paryudasat no padhalopaha. There was a sutra which was coming with 6498, which is these dhatus, including dhatu gam is mentioned over there. They take when the kitnit pratyaya follows, they take the padhalopaha, which says anangi, which is thank God for that. Pratyaya we have ang, so that completes the form for us. So anyway, I'm a little bit fast for you, but we learned a few things. How to use dhatu vritti. That should be, as I said, if you had a third hand, you have Siddhanta Kaumudi in one hand, you have Kashika in the second hand, and the third hand you should have the dhatu vritti at all times. You can get a lot of answers very fast over there. All lakaras are given there for every dhatu. Krudanta forms, the main ones are given also for every dhatu. So very, very nice book. Please use it. So let's finish this form now. So when we go to this, just put the main sutras here. So the Adagamaha, of course, came from 616471. Dhatu Gam came over here, which is Dhatu. Pratyaya Ang came over here, which was the by Anubandha Lope only R remains. I think it's 3155. Pushadi, Jyutadi, Lirjataha. So that is Parasmay Padeshu. That one. And of course then the Pratyaya is G, Jvantaha. So Pratyaya was G, Tiptas G. So we Prathama Purushasya Bhavachanam. So what's happening here, Karthik? So Jvanta become Anti, right? So Anti. And then after that, Itascha. Jvanta is what number is Jvanta?
7-1.
713, I think, Jvanta. 713. After that comes Itascha, so that will become, after that you use, this goes to basically just Nakaraha, because to actually Un it will go to, because of what?
Sanyogantasya lopaha.
Sanyogantasya lopa. When you go, so you got Itascha, when the Lakara has this Kavarga Panchama as an It, this one will drop. That is why the problem is that the endings will be the similar endings in Lung and in Lung. So the ending will not help you many times to break the tie between Lung and Lung, because this Itascha Sutram, etc., all Sutrani which are specific for the Nit Lakaras will apply in both places. So Adagama will be common, ending might be common. Only the Anga Karyam inside is going to help you decide what Lakara it is. So Itascha and Sanyavanta Silopa when you go to Tipaji section, and then of course then do also Atogune. So these are all common steps, Atogune, between the Akara of this Ang and the Akara of this Pratyaya An, do Atogune 6197. So these are the final forms. So that's how I'll give you Agaman. So that's 3155 is the Vishesha Sutram, and of course you can mention also that the rest of all are common. Always understand what is the domain of each sutram that you're using. What domain are you in? For example, this Itascha was applying to all lakaras which have as an it. Sanyogantasya lopaha. Nothing to do with any lakara at all. Any padam which is sanyogantam will take this apply. Now atogune, also varna niyamaha. So between an akara and the following letter which is guna. So we have to know which domain you're in. While this is the most specific domain which is in the lung lakaraha, when that dhatu has a r as an it, then we use that one. So that was a special rule. So agaman means simply is that they went. So the special sutram was C155. Okay, so let's continue. So that means that they went to the state of being fulfilled, means they were fulfilled. So this he has completed this part only so far. Taha naradipasutaha is kritarthatham agaman. Next he is taking it that techa is the nrapatmajaha, ramadayaha. Techa, they also in turn, means the bridegrooms also in turn, tabhis tatha, along with them, they also went kritarthatham. Tatha means kritarthatham agaman. Supplied tatha means in the same way, means they also went to being fulfilled. Kimcha means moreover, further. Kimcha is idiomatic. Moreover, further, saha, varanam vadhunancha samagamaha. What is he commenting on? Vara vadhu samagamaha. Varanam vadhunamcha samagamaha. Now why is he giving the commentary on this? This is a very simple commentary, isn't it? Vara vadhu samagamaha. Normally, he will not bother to give commentary on things like this because, yes, yatha tatha, thank you, Hema. Yatha tatha. So yatha, this tatha means yatha and tatha. So yatha naradipasutaha sitadayaha kritarthatham agaman tathaiva ramadaya apitavissaha kritarthatham agaman. So now why is he giving the Vigraha Vakyam for this one? Because of the fact that he wants to complete the simile which is coming. The Upama is coming now. The Upama is in a compound. This is in a compound. Normally he may not even given the Vigraha Vakyam for us. But he wants to be ready to connect the individual padam of the Samasaha with the Upama Upameya. Okay? Because normally what do we do in the Upama, Upameya, we match the Vibhaktis, right? Whichever Prathama is in Upama, it will be qualifying the Prathama in the Upameya and so on. But now we are in the compound. So now he's a little bit more tricky now. They're both compounds. Of course, here also we can follow the order, make it Yatha Sankham respectively. But he's getting ready for that. Saying Varanam cha Vadhunam cha Dvandva Samasaha. Varanam cha Vadhunam cha Yan Samagamaha. So you have a Dvandva Garbha Shashti Tatpurusha Samasaha. Dvandva Garbha means it has a Dvandva inside it, in the stomach. So Vara Vadhu, that's a Dvandva. Varana Vadhunam cha. Then it's because Shashti has been used, finally Shashti Tatpurusha. Varana Vadhunam cha Samagamaha. Okay? Then comes the Upamana, which says Pratyaya Prakriti Yoga Sanyabhaha. Vigraha Vakyam for that is Pratyayanam Prakritinam cha Yogaha Iva Sanyabhati iti Sanyabhaha. Okay. Now let's look at this thing which is says Pratyayanam Prakritinam. This is what we were making fun last time about. Kalidasa's brain is clogged with grammar now. So he's giving similes like this, which people who enjoy Kavyam, they don't like this kind of similes, Anyway, but there is a good point which is going to come below. In defense of Kalidasa, there is a good point which is coming down here. So let's before passing judgment on his of his Kavya Kushalam, let us wait till we get to the whole meaning of this. So Prakritinam, Pratyayanam Prakritinam. Again, that's a Dvandva. Yogaha. So it is again the same thing. It's Dvandva Garva Shrishta Purushaha. So Yogaha Iva Sannibhati iti Sannibhaha. Now Sannibhati iti Sannibhaha. So we're talking about last time. I think this is looks like an error to me in all these books, which I don't know how this error has not got caught so far by so many editors, unless I'm missing something, which is Pachadhyach. See, these are the things, if you don't know Vyakaranam, you cannot understand what he's trying to say, Pachadhyach. Okay? Now, one thing, if you don't know this term, where would you go to find this term? Let's say you don't know much Vyakaranam. You see this term Pachadhyach. Where would you go, Karthik, to find the answer to this?
The dictionary of...
Very good. If you don't know any grammatical term, if you don't know any technical term, immediately try to go to the Dictionary of Sanskrit Grammar by Professor Abhyankar. All the many of these terms will be explained there in simple English along with the Sutra Nirdeshaha, along with the Sutra numbers. So Pachadi is probably going to be there in the dictionary there. Even Ach will be there. In fact, Pachadhyach might be there. So any grammatical term, if you don't understand any pratyaya, how about the pratyaya ang, which just was given by Sayanacharya? I mean the dhatu vritti which we just saw did not give sutra number for us, but the pratyaya ang was given. You could go to the dictionary and find out the sutra number from there. Because he will give, of course, there might be many angs, but he will give the many choices. These are the ways you can quickly get your answers, on your own. So if you don't know what Pachadhyach means, try to go to, like, if you don't know what lung means, what Parasyapadam means, what any of these things mean grammatically, you can go there and you can get the answers, okay? So, fantastic book. Please use it. Very, very useful, very authoritative also. Extreme scholarship goes in these books. So, you have no idea how much people study from childhood. They memorize Ashtadhyayi at the age of like 6, 7, 8, and they, work very hard. Anyway, so Pachadhyach. So Pachadhyach, of course, we know Pachadhyach, which is the 3.1.134 sutram, which says that Nandi Grahi Pachadibhyo Lyu Ninyachaha Yatha Sankham. So Kartari Krit, which is 3.4.67, is D4. So in the sense of an agent, for the Nandi Adi Dhatus, you get the pratyaya Lyu. U becomes Ana by 711, you were a Nakau. You get like Vade Nandanaha, Ramanaha, etc., Madhusudanaha, etc., Vibhishanaha. So now the grahi, dhatu grah, etc. takes the pratyaya nini, like grahin, etc. In the pachadi dhatus, pach, etc. dhatus, take the pratyaya ach. So this pachadi ach is a very, very common pratyaya. Now, though Pani says pachadi from shishta prayogas, we can take really any dhatu. It's an akriti ganaha. Akritya ganyate iti akriti ganaha. Akritya ganyate means from the forms used in the language, you have to back out the gana. The gana will not be listed completely. So you cannot say, I'll open the book and see the gana and then see if the dhatu. In our case, what do we have right now? Right now, the dhatu that he is using is bha, sannibha. So we would like to find the dhatu bha or nibha or sannibha in the pachadi gana, but you probably will not find it. So then what do? This gana is an akriti ganaha. Akriti ganaha means stretchable. Depending on the usages, if you know the pratyaya ach has been used, tatvidhayaka sutram na labhyate, don't find a sutram for that, tarhi pachadishu ganyate iti nyatavyam. Pachadi gane ganyate iti nyatavyam, which means that it can be included, it can be counted in the pachadi gana. So so far we are fine, no problem. So we are okay because this dhatu is because we have the shishta prayoga. Of course, Kalidas has used it. Sannibha, it's a common term also used anywhere else. So now he's saying it's pachadiya. But the problem that we're having here is that if we take pachadiyach, we cannot get this form because we'll have the dhatu sannibha. Of course, they're all upasargas, sanni. So what we have really is we have sam, ni, plus bha, plus pachadiyach. If we do that, of course, anubandha lope, halantyam, tasya lopaha, akaraha. So now, if we do this one, we cannot get the akar lopaha and get the form sannibha. We cannot get that. So we have to now find some other way of being able to get this form. And that one, which I think Karthik said last time, is the ataschopasarge. Ataschopasarge. So right below that, 2 sutras below, ataschopasarge is, this is a very confusing sutram because it's exact same sutram comes in the Ashtadhyayi, in 2 places. Where's the other one, Karthik? Ataschopasarge.
I don't know, Satishji.
This Triyamadhikaraha. Ataschopasarge. Like so, like a word like upadha, so those words like that in the Triyamadhikaraha comes up also this sutram ataschopasarge. Will come up with the exact same sutram, ataschopasarge. So here it is, ataschopasarge. Pratyaya ang comes over here. Okay, so ataschopasarge. Now a word like vidha, upadha, all these words come over here. But we are not talking about following feminine nouns right now. We're talking about adjectives in the active sense. So we should be using 31135 and 136, I'm sorry. Ataschopasarge, pratyaya is kaha. Once you get the pratyaya kaha, we already know that we can do the akar lopa by ato lopa iti cha. Pratyaya ach cannot do that. We need the kaz and it. So this one I think probably is not going to work for us. We have to use the pratyaya ka by using 31136 ataschopasarge, and that will now, after that we can use, of course, ka means anu. So this one I think is an error. So is not going to work for us. I don't think it's going to work for us because I don't think we can get the hold on, let me see where I go. Okay, anyway, that one is not going to work for us. So we have to come to pratyaka. What is amazing me is somehow this has slipped through all the. So what lesson do we learn from this? Lesson we learn from this is do not accept anything in Vyakaranam unless you are convinced, using the sutram or the vartikam or the vyakhyanam, that these are the steps, this is the form I should get. If you don't understand, keep it pending. From the rules that I know so far, this is not the form I should get. Maybe I'm missing something. Of course, you can also post and ask questions, or keep it pending. Don't just say, yeah, Pachadi ach, okay, sannibha, add ach, becomes sannibha. How will the akara go? That's how you learn grammar. By being inquisitive, by asking, how this form should not come. Of course, obviously I'm missing something. I missed this sutram. Maybe there might be an apavada somewhere, maybe a vartikam somewhere, might be vyakhyanam somewhere. So try to find it, or maybe an error. If you keep on doing like this, you'll be able to catch some very good errors. So this is what, so this pratyaka came, then we use 6464 for lashakvatadite, then we can make it into san, ni, and then bha, and then the aka sannibha. So we use 6464, and of course the lashakvatadite, what's the we got. So this looks like an error to me, unless I'm missing something, I don't know. You'd be amazing sometimes in some of these books, these errors just keep on going, for hundreds of years. I mean, this is probably 200-300 years old. So that's why these editors which edit these books with great pain, like the Vijayapala Vidyavaridhi, like Bhimsen Shastriji, that's why those are such valuable books, because they catch these errors and they tell you this is an error, which you would not get many other books. So the books you should be buying. Okay, so Pachad yes is probably a mistake. But let's go back to the simile now. Is Pratyayanam Prakritinam cha yogaha iva sannibhati iti sannivaha. Make it into a dvandva garbha samasa he has made, which is Pratyayanam Prakritinam yogaha and sannivaha. It appears like the yogaha between pratyaya and the prakriti. So what is pratyaya prakriti? Yes, pratyayaha sanadayaha. Sanadaya. Why do you use san pratyayaha? I think which we saw in the Wednesday class is the first pratyaya that Panini takes in the adhikara pratyaya parascha. It starts from 311, 312, and there Panini takes the first pratyaya is the san pratyayaha. Gupta, this is, let me start like this. Here it is. This is one, which is gup, tij, kid, bhyas, san. So that is why he takes sanadayaha. So that's because in the adhikara of pratyaya parascha, Panini takes the first pratyaya is san. Pratyaya san he takes. So the pratyaya san, etc. This adhikara goes for a long time, goes up to the end of the 5th chapter. So pratyaha sanadayaha. And then he says, yebhya vidhiyante taha prakritayaha. So that entity, that term, that item, to which the pratyaya is prescribed, or after which the pratyaya is prescribed. So yebhyaha vidhiyante pratyayaha taha prakritayaha uchyante. So prakriti is that following which the pratyaya is prescribed. So yatha, then he gives, now this is the gist of this simile here. Yatha prakriti pratyayayoho saha sahikartha sadhanatvam tadvad atrapi iti bhavaha. So atrapi iti bhavaha. He's saying here that, so just like the prakriti and pratyaya together only can produce a good meaning. Sahikartha sadhanatvam. Sadhanatvam means that they have the property of sadhanam, means of giving the meaning only when they are together. Tadvad atrapi iti bhavaha. That's the beauty of the simile. Is that, so in fact, Sita is the prakriti. Look at the order. Because he said the varavadhu samagamaha. So go in order now. Is the vara is being compared to the pratyayaha. So ramadayaha like sanadayaha. And the sitadayaha prakritayaha. So like the bhvadayaha, dhatu bhu, etc. So dhatu bhu, which is cannot have a meaning on its own unless the pratyaya comes. The pratyaya like tiptaji or whatever, sun, whatever it might be, niche, they cannot have any meaning until the prakriti comes. Only when they come together, they express some meaning. Similarly here, Sita without Rama doesn't have much meaning. Rama without Sita, there's no Ramayana without Sita, without Rama on their own. They have to come together till only the story comes together. That is the final meaning of the shloka. So pratyayanam prakritinam cha yogaha iva sannibhati. So sannibhati iti sannivaha. Sannibhati, that this is a Vigrahavakya Sannibhaha. Sannibhati iti Sannibhaha. So what is the Vigrahavakya of this Samasaka? Pratyaya Prakriti Yoga Sannibhaha. So first he has given us Pratyaya and Prakriti Dvandva Samasaha. Right? You can say Pratyayascha Prakritaya cha Pratyaya Prakritayaha. So that, then Tesham
Yoga.
Shashi Tatpurushaha. How about then Sannibhaha?
Yoga iva Sannibhaha. Because it is a, I think Sannibhaha is without any Upapada we have a noun directly formed.
It will be, what kind of compound will it be?
Karmadharaya. Karmadharaya.
No, Karmadhara will be adjective noun, Kartik. So are you when you tell me that, first of all, one thing we can do, keep it simple, is that the Pratyayana, Prakritinam we can remove now. So that's only tagging on to the yoga. See, one thing you should understand, when you make a Tatpurusha compound, if you want to make a larger compound out of that compound, or if you want to connect that compound to the remaining part of the sentence, you can remove the Pura Padam. Because Tatpurusha compound is a Uttara Pada Pradhanaha. So the Pura Padasya Pradhanatvam Nasti, Pradhanyam Nasti. So Pura Padam Vinapi, Uttara Padasya Uttara Padena, Artha Labhyate. So this is the trademark of Tatpurushas. So once you make Pratyayana, Prakritinam, Shashi Tatpurusha with Yogaha, and you want to make a bigger compound out of that, means add another atom to the compound, or you want to use that Pratyaya Prakriti Yogaha, and in the remaining part of the sentence, you can forget about Pratyaya Prakriti now. So let's talk about Yoga Sannibhaha. So what kind of compound?
Is it like Megha Shyamaha kind of compound?
So Megha Shyamaha, what will be? So Megha Iva Shyamaha. So Megha Iva Shyamaha. So that the Shyamattam, the quality of being dark will be like the Megha. So is Sannibhaha a quality? Doesn't have a quality to me. So Sannibhaha. Kalpesh are there? Kalpesh may not be there. But what kind of compound is this? How about Jagat Karta? What is this? This is Kartriyartha, isn't it? Is this Kartriyartha compound? Like our Jagat Karta, simple compound for you. What compound there? Jagataha Karta, right? Shashi Tatpurusha.
Shashti Tatpurusha.
Tatpurusha. Now this, that Karta, what pratyaya did you use over there? Truch, right? Truch.
Truch.
Now this is the same meaning, isn't it? Kartriyartha.
Yeah.
Sannibhati iti Sannibhaha. Sannibhati iti Sannibhaha. So now can we make Tatpurusha out of this? Now why do you put the Eva in between there? Is that because that is the simile part of it. Eva. Sannibhati. So he's now this because here we only had the, so basically the Sannibhaha is doing the function of the Eva. Like, because sometimes scholars will use Eva, sometimes he will use Yatha, sometimes he will use Sannibhaha, Sadrishaha, see this kind of term. So that Eva basically, the function of Eva, example, you could have said like this, Varavadhu Samagamaha, Pratyaya Prakriti Yogaha Eva Asit. You could have said that also, right? Because simile is between Vara and Pratyaya, Vadhu and Prakriti, and Samagamaha is Yogaha. So that Eva is that's where the simile is there. So the simile is there. So Sannibhati is Sannivaha. So I think you can, the question is that, is that Yogaha the, otherwise you have to make a Supsupa. Supsupa compound. Supsupa compound. Is that this is, because two things can be, when you have a class of compounds, miscellaneous compounds. See, when you do compounds, okay, the steps you have to follow. First thing, simple, look for Dvandva Samasaka. This is between Yoga and Sannibhaha, not a Dvandva compound. It's not Yoga and Dvandva together as two separate entities. That's not the case. Avyayabhava. Avyayabhava means that they should form an Avyayam, which also we don't have. Why do we start with these two? It's not in the Ashtadhyayi order, but because these are easy to rule out. They're easy to spot. Then come between Tatpurusha and Bahuvrihi. That's the next difficult step now. Is it a Bahuvrihi compound? It is not. It's not qualifying something else outside. Generally speaking also, the ending member of a Bahuvri compound tends to be a noun, not an adjective, generally speaking. Yet we have an adjective, sannibhati, sannibhaha. So Bahuvri is gone. Then come to Tatpurushas. So that's the first difficult step between Bahuvri and Tatpurushas. And when you come to Tatpurushas, you have one more difficult step, which is between Karmadharya, which is Samadhikaranam, and between the Vyadhikarana Tatpurushaha. Second step, Yoga is not the Sannibhaha. Yoga is not the Sannibha. And secondly, even if it were, the adjective will go first. Adjective will go Visheshanam, Visheshena, Bahulamu. Vishesh, it will be like that. So that also, so now we come into the Tatpurusha, which is Vyadhikarana Tatpurusha, Vyadhikarana. So, which means that these two padas don't have the same Samadhikarana. So now then what do we do here? You can say Yoga Sannibhaha should be, or if all of this fails, then we have to go to Supsupasama compound, which is that it's a compound where it's a miscellaneous class of compound. These are two choices that we have that I see. I don't see any other choice that we have. So it is an appearance of Yogaha. So basically that Sannibhaha should also be almost like an Iva standing outside. So what is telling you? That's what the compound is. Anyway, so that is the vichara on the compound. You can think about that one. So the final meaning, okay, who wants to do this? Let's see.
Satishi, Kalpesh.
Yeah, what do you think of this compound?
I have a commentary here. It says Yogaha Tena Sannibhaha.
Ah, okay, very good. Another one. So that is which one you look at? Which is the Motilal book?
Yeah, Motilal book. It says Pratyascha Prakritischa Pratyaya Prakriti Tayoho Yogaha.
Very good.
Tena Sannibhaha.
Correct. So we were in the good. So we were in the right track. We were in the Tatpurusha line. So Tritiya Tatpurusha also would have been possible. Now what sutra is there for that, Kalpesh? So,
okay, I don't remember the number. It should be 2-2.
2-1.
Yeah,
Kartikarane Krita Bahulam. In fact, good. So I learn something new every class. So this one is this better one. Actually, that book I need, Kalpesh. You have to have that book.
Okay, let me see if I can get your copy.
Or I think, did you have a book of mine, Vane, by any chance? Vane, are you there?
Yes, I have your book also.
You have that book? Okay, if you get a chance, just,
I have your book, which is Motilal Banarsi.
Yeah, that's the one, it has all the Vigraha work, so if you can, at some point, just send it to somewhere,
Okay.
So this Kartikarane Krita Bahulam. So Kartikarane Krita Bahulam. So this one is, when we start from 2-1-2 to Tatpurushaha, will that be up to 57, because 56 starts 55, no, I'm sorry, take it back. Up to 49 starts Samadhikarane. So that goes up to 49. So before that, you should have this somewhere here, is Kartikarane Krita Bahulam. So 2-1-32. So by that, appearing like it on account of that Yogaha. Okay? So we are on the right track. Tatpurusha it was. Vyadhikarana Tatpurusha it was. Only thing we can make it into a Titiya Tatpurusha, because in fact, okay, this is the reason why. Because we have a Krit Pratyaya at the end. So we Kartu Karane. So that's what the difference, Karthi, which you missed out, is that in the Jagat Kartha, that Jagat is the karma of that action. So, Jagata Kartha. Right? Remember, if let's go a little bit deeper here, is that that the 2-3, which is by Sri Kartik 2-3-65, Satya Karmanoha Kriti. Only Kartu and Karma. Satya Karmanoha Kriti. But here it was a Karana. By means of that, it was appearing similar. So I think this one will be better. So it's not Jagat Karta was no bad exam. It's not a karma of that really.
But Satishji,
yes.
Since I sat through yesterday's class, I was telling myself, how about Karta Karmano Kriti? Is this the same or opposite of that?
No, Karta Karmano Kriti will give a Shashti Vibhakti Vidhanam. The Vibhakti will be lost in the compound anyway. So
okay.
That's the whole issue. We don't know Vibhakti was there before compounding was done. So
and also in Samasa you said Nirdharani or something like that.
We don't have Nidharani over here. Nidharani we don't have. We are fine. So this Kruj Yoga Shashti can compound, like Jagat Karata after we can compound. So we were fine. Only thing is that, what is this yoga compared to the Sannibha? Not really a karma there at all. So this Karana, I think, probably is a better meaning. So on account of that, it was appearing similar. So,
Sudhirji,
yes.
just to tell you that the book is giving some more information. Okay, it's saying Yadva. Okay.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yadva pratyaya prakriti yoga iva samyak nitaram bhati shobhate iti, and then that's how he says that. Okay.
But let me ask you, in that book, has he taken the pratyaya ach or ka? What has he taken?
Okay. This book also has the same Malinada commentary. So Pachati ach is in there.
No, the commentary will be the error. But did he catch the error in the details?
No, he does not.
So same goes the same thing. Pachati ach again.
No, he doesn't comment on that commentary. You know what I mean?
I see. Okay. All right. Okay.
There is a separate independent Sanskrit commentary, but in that he just gives you only synonyms.
Okay. So so then all right. So this probably seems to be satisfactory. Satpurusha. So bottom line is that when you see any compound, go through these steps. It's tried. The Dvandva is easy to spot. Avyabhava is easy to spot because it is an avyayam. Then comes the difficult step between Tatpurusha and Bahuvrihis. See from the meaning whether Bahuvri means is Anyapada Pradhanaha, qualifying something outside the compound. Tatpurusha Uttarapada Pradhanaha. So can you take the Uttarapadam and strip off the Pura Padam and still retain the meaning? If you cannot, it's not the Tatpurusha compound. For most of the time this works. Let's say Mahabahu. If you just take the word Bahu, there's no way you can get the meaning of the person who has that arm. Right? We say when you say Dushta Purushaha. So when you just take Purusha, you got the good meaning. He is a person. Of course, we just qualify by Dushta, but still the meaning you got. So that's the first, break off there. And again, Bahuvris normally convert a noun to an adjective. The ending term is not a noun, so I don't have a Bahuvri compound in there. One more thing. In Bahuvri compounds, most of the time, the two terms will be in Samadhikaranam. Most of the time. If they are not, well, you don't have Bahuvri. So again, not all the time, most of the time. Tatpurusha land, when you come, you can go into Karmadharya, first step. Is it Samadhikaranam, Vyadhikaranam? Karmadharya, then you have to go to the end of 2.1 and find a sutram for that. The main sutram being Visheshanam, Visheshana, Bahulam. Otherwise, Vyadhikaranam, you can try different choices. Shashti is very common. Titi also we learned just now. If a lesson right now that we learned is that when you have Krut Pratyaya at the end like that, if it's Kartru Karana, in those cases, Tritya Tatpurusha is possible. Okay, so anyway, let's go to this one here. Let's see, maybe can Anuji do it for us? Let's see. Anuji, are you there? Try a translation for us. If your mic is working. Let's see. Anuji, are you there? Let's see. Okay, I guess maybe your mic is not working, I think. Padmaji is here. Okay. How about what you want to try? You want to try this one for us? Let's do it. So, go ahead. Those daughters of the Lord of people. So, will be Naradipa Sutaha. And those is what?
Taha.
Taha. So, you got that. Sorry, long page. In company with the sons of the king. So, that company with this Tritiya Vibhakti which is being used here. With. That with word is coming from Tritiya Vibhakti which is used. So,
Rapatma Jaihi.
And then Saha is understood. Saha is understood. The Tritiya which we use with Saha. So, Saha does not have to be used. So, so Rapatma Jaihi. Okay. So, that is the one. The sons with them. Techa Tavihi. So those of them attained. Their attained is agaman. Their end, which is object or success, is kritarthatam, right? Kritarthatam. Okay. That means that the state of being fulfilled. Kritarthatam. So that union, so that union will be
Yoga.
Saha Samagamaha, of the brides and bridegrooms.
Varavatu.
So which is Samagamaha, was like, that's the Sannibhaha.
Sannibha.
The union is Yogaha.
Yoga.
Pratyaya means the terminations from affixes, Sanadeha. Prakriti is the base. Prakriti, Pratyaya, Prakriti, Yoga, Sannibhaha. And we got some grammar into simile itself, so we got some extra things going here. Okay, let's try the next one. Let's see, this one is also not that difficult. Evam atratir atma sambhavan stan nivesha chaturopi tatra saha advasutrishu visrishta maithilaha swam purin dasharatho nyavartata. Punarekavaram. Evam atratir atma sambhavan stan nivesha chaturopi tatra saha advasu trishu visrishta maithilaha swam purin dasharatho nyavartata. Padachadaha evam atratihi atma sambhavan tan niveshya chaturaha api tatra saha advasu trishu visrishta maithilaha swam purim dasharatha nyavartata. So here we have, of course, the construct. We have the word niveshya. Niveshya is the usual, which you might have seen many examples now. Pratyaktva is used. Saman kritikayoho purvakale. The tva becomes lyap when you have a compound, which is 7137. Samasanyang purve ktvo lyap. Compound you have. So here we have. You want to do some, Karthik? What's happening with Nivesh? Can you get this form for us?
Nivesh, is it Vish Dhatu?
Dhatu is Vish to enter.
Vish.
So we got Ni, that's Vish.
Vish Plaktva.
No, one more thing is missing here, Karthik. What is that? Just
Is it a Nich?
Nish Pratyaya is there.
Nish.
Because we got Vish becomes Vesh.
Vish.
But that the fact that Guna has taken place, this Nish Pratyaya should probably be there. So really, before doing any of this, we should really take Vish plus Nich, and Nich, which is Hetumaticha. Is this Nich is coming by 3126, which is the causative form. So Hetu. So that is the Kartuhu Prayojakaha Hetu. So Tat Prayojako Hetu Pani Sutram. So one who instills, one who instigates, one who propels the Karta. Okay. So Niveshya means having made them enter. So having made them enter means that having got them married. Having got them married. So this dhatu, this Nivesh has that meaning. So let's complete the form here. So when we add the niche, of course, we will get Veshi, because Suganta Lagu Patasya Gunaha becomes Veshi. So this we use our usual 7386. Okay. Now we add the Pratyak. Twa becomes Lyap. So we get because of the Samasa taking place with the Ni, Gati Samasa, but Ni, Ve, Shi, and then the Pratyaya Lyap. So I skipped one step for you. I already did 3, 4, 21. Saman Karta Purva Kale. Who is Saman Karta? Clearly Dasharatha is Saman Karta we have. What is Uttaravartini Kriya? Is Nyavartata. So having married his 4 sons, Dasharatha returned to his own capital, to his own city. So simple meaning is that of the shloka is that. So what happens here now, Karthik? Of course, Anubandha Lope, the Ya Shabda, which is Lashakvatadjite Halantyam, Anubandha Lope, Ya. So this is by the usual rules, Lashakvatadjite 138, also along with the Halantyam, so 133. And now finally, last step, Karthik.
And Neranati?
Neranati. Anirada Ardha Dhatuke Pare Ne Lopasyat. The same section of Ardha Dhatuke which you saw in the class today. You use Sutram Ato Lopa, you teach in the same Adhikaraha comes to Niraniti, Nehe Aniti. So Aniradau Ardha Dhatuke Pare Ne Lopasyat. Which pratyaya is there? Following pratyaya which is this sanya of Ardha Dhatukam doesn't have Nidagama. His pratyaya is a Yakaradi, it's not Valadi. In the entire section of the Idagamaha, if it's not Valadi, it will not take Idagamaha. There is no exception to that I can see in 7.2. There are many rules and counter rules and this and that. In fact, sometimes even the Pratyaya which is the Sanya of Sarvadhatukam can take Idagamaha. But still has to be Valadi. So Valadi is a condition which is required to get Idagamaha. This is the Yakaradi, no Idagamaha. So then we can do Niranti, that Ikara goes, becomes the form Niveshya. Niveshya. So Niveshya. So having married his son Niveshya. So Niranti 6.451 Niranti. Okay, so let's continue now. Now let's look at the Attaratihi. Grammar Atta, what form is that?
This is a Bahuvrihi Samasa?
Yeah, Attarati is a Bahuvri compound. So Jata Pritihi. So Jati like contentment. Rati can be also enjoyment, here probably means like Santoshaha or Pritihi. So Atta means taken up. So one who has taken up contentment or satisfaction. So he's satisfied, pleased, contented. So Bahuvri compound. This also when Nishtha Pratyaya comes as the first member, a lot of times Bahuvri compound straightforward. Again, see the word Ratihi is a noun. We want to make it qualify. We need Bahuvri for that. We need to convert the noun to adjective. So At-Ratihi. So
what is Dhatu? I'm sorry. What is the Dhatu in Atta? Attarati.
That's what I was going to ask you that. So
okay.
It's Mama Prashna asti. Samadhana Kartavyam. Okay, I'll give you the Dhatu, give you the Prakriya for that. Okay. Dhatu is A plus Da. So, A Da. So we have the Dhatu A plus Da. So A plus, if any of you chant the Shiva Mahimna Stotram, it comes in that. Atta Marutha, it comes A Da. Okay, Pratyaya is Nishtha Pratyaya. So by the Sutram, Nishtha is there. So Pratyakta comes Anubandha Lopeta, Vashakvata Diteya. Now, normally what Sutram would have come here, Kartik? So this is our usual 3, 2, 1 or 2. I think the Sutram is Nishtha. Taktavatu Nishtha, definition of Nishtha. Taktavatu Nishtha. Well, Kartik is thinking with these numbers. So we have 3, 2, 1 or 2 Sutram is Nishtha Bhuta The. And then I think 126 is Taktavatu Nishtha. So we got that. Now what in Sutram we have normal? If the Dhatu Da is on its own, what do you give when you add a Pratyakta to that? It becomes Datta. Datta. Given. So clearly something else has happened here. We didn't get the form Adatta. We only got the form Atta. Now, if you know Sutram for the for Datta, then under that we can find the exception. There the Sutram is the Dodadghoho. Dodadghoho. I think Tado Kiti. Under this one will come this one, which is Dodadghoho. Is the in place of Dhatu Da, which is the Gisanya, which is Dada, sorry, Gusanya, I'm sorry, Dodadghoho. Dada Gvadap. The Gusanya for Dhatu which have the form Da or Dha, they get the Gusanya by Dada Gvadap. Dada Gvadap. And Dodad, so that Sutram Dada Gvadap will be in the first chapter of the Ashtadhyayi. Dada Gvadap. 1120 Dada Gvadap. So that's only a Sanya Sutram. Is a Dhatu of the form Da or Dha, get the Sanya Ghu. And then we can come to this one, which is the Dodadghoho. Tado Kiti. Pratyaya for Takaradi Kit Pratyaya follows. Then you get that. Then you get this form. But now we don't get that form. We didn't get the form datta. We are getting the form atta. So we didn't get the form adatta, we got atta. Next sutram, Karthik. Sutram for today. Achaha upasargataha. Achaha upasargataha. Okay, and I don't want to spend the whole class on this sutram. This sutram has some issues. Okay, can you tell me what the issue is here, Karthik? Achaha upasargat. So acha is what vibhakti here, Karthik?
Shashti.
Upasargat. Acha upasar. So ajanta upasargat.
Oh, Ajanta Panchami.
Panchami ekavachana.
Panchami.
So now when you do any adesha, what's the normal stuff, Karthik, is what any adesha paribhasha comes from? Alontyasya.
Alantyasya.
Alontyasya. But next sutram is nitya, next sutram is adef parasya. Adef parasya. What I'm talking about is that it's a very fundamental concept. When you do any substitution, any adesha, you have to do paribhasha sutram alontyasya. Only the ending letter gets replaced, which would be nice for us. If you take the ta, we get the form, if you replace the akaraha, we'll get the form, atta will get. But now what is happening here is that this one is adef parasya, is that if you have a panchami vidhanam, so panchamya vidhanam, so by a panchami if you say, then you replace only the beginning letter of the following term. So we have ajanta upasargat, so which we have right now, we have the upasarga a, so it is ajanta upasarga, followed by the dhatu da. You put the adesha ta, but the ta will only replace the beginning dakara of this one. So what's the point now? We'll not have, will that akara will still be there? So what do you do now? What do you do? There are a couple of ways out in this, and again, if you want, you can read on your own this sutram, which is the, what number was that? 7-4, I think maybe 58-ish, 7-4, not 58, before that, 47, 7-4-47. So let's look at the Vyakhyanam, and I will leave you with that. There are two ways out over here. And you can give me suggestions, Karthik? Any suggestions? Maybe we're stuck with the wrong form. We are getting a Panchami here. So adef parasya. Only takara should take the adesha of ta. So it will become a, ta, ta. What do we do there? So, okay.
Akara lopaha.
So it is, this is the first samadhanam. It is that, upasargad iti panchami nirdeshat ader alaha prapnoti tatra samadhim apuhu. So then they give some justification. They solve the problem. How do you solve the problem? Achaha iti etat dvir avartayitavyam means you repeat that term achaha twice in the sutram. Take it in two meanings. Achaha upasargat parasya dadhatoho achasthane to adeshaha. So you can take achaha iti etadvir avartayitavyam tatra ekam panchamyantam upasarga visheshanartham. So achaha means ajanta upasargat. Aparam api shashtyantam sthani nirdeshartham. That's the sthanam. Iti akarasya sthane takara bhavati. That's one way out. Second way out is that dvitakaro va sanyogo ayam adishyate. So what it's saying is that in this sutram, you make it into the double takara, dvitakara nirdeshaha. So this upasargataha, so make it, the adesha is two takaras. Then you can use anekalchit sarvasya, so that the entire da will go and become tata. And then we can get rid of extra takara, we can get rid of it later, jarojhari savarne. We can do that. So that's the second way out, is to take this takara as the upasargat taha. So put one more takara in there, upasargat taha. Make it a double takara adesh. Again, let's so think about this. Interesting sutram this is. So dvitakaro va sanyogo ayam adishyate. So anekaltvat sarvasya bhavishyati. And then, but then the problem is that the next sutram is talking about is you don't want all these things because the next sutram says apobhi. Apobhi. So for the up, you want to go back into again being the adesha in place of the pakara only. So they get the form adbhi. Adbhi. So now how do you now account for that? Because if you start tweaking in the Sutram 7447, then will not 48 have any problems? He says apobhi yatra panchamyantam achati anuvartate. So in that next sutram only take the panchamyantam achaha into apobhi. So achah parasya pakarasya sthane takarsha bhavati. Tena pakara matrasya bhavishyati. So, okay, so that's the way out. It's a complicated sutram. Think about it later on. The problem that we are having is fundamentally is that this acha upasargat, when you say, it will be a panchami nirdesha. Obviously, when the adesha has to be done, it will only replace the beginning letter, the dakara of the dhatu da. If you get the wrong form, you'll get the form atata. You want the form atta. So one way out is to repeat the term acha in the sutra. Take one panchamyantam, one shashtyantam. So ajanta upasargat parasya dadhatoh achasthane takaradesho bhavati. Then you get the correct form. Otherwise, make that takara as a dvyutakara adesha. So you get alone, the anekash is sarvasya, become the entire dal becomes tata. Let's continue here. So finally, last thing is that, so let's take the first way out, take the acha as panchami, acha as shashti. And now we will use the Sutram 7447, so 7447, and then we'll get the form. So finally, Karthik, what do we have? We have A plus, what do we get?
Dakara, takara, and ta.
Takara, and ta.
Ta.
Okay. So now what do we do with that now?
We'll have kharicha.
Kharicha and Jharojhari Savarna.
Jharojhari Savarna.
Jharojhari Savarna. So we'll have to take this one. When we go to the Tripadi Karyam, we have to take this Dakara, make it into a Takara, the Kharicha. So any Jhal letter followed by a Khar letter. We go to the number 1 column, the letter Char. So we're going to get A, At, Ta, Ta. Come like that. This is by this font. You can see that third Takara in there. 8455. Then Jharojhari Savarna. The middle takara will stop optionally, and that one will be right after it's 8455 because the Ashtadhyayi ends in 8468. Thank God for that. So we have very few rules left below 8455. So Kharicha, Jharojhari Savarne will come in 8465. Jharojhari Savarne. So finally you get the form Atta. So the interesting form, this one. So this 7447 is a complicated sutram. So if you want, you can revise after the class. So 8465, you need all these steps to get this form for 7447. So Attam is taken up. You can say Grihita, or in this case they're commenting as Jata. So one who had taken up contentment. Literal meaning, the one who had taken up contentment. So Atta Ratihi Yena Saha. Now, or yes, Yena Saha is fine. Now, one last thing is that I just said Atta Ratihi. Now, how come in the compound you get Atta Ratihi then? What happened to that feminine ending over there? You get Pumvad Bhavaha. When you have Samajikaranam, in this Bahuvari compound, adjective noun, like in Gita example I gave you before, Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. Sthita Prajnasya, so Sthita Prajnya yasya saha. Sthita Prajnya. It becomes Sthita Prajnasya ka bhasha. Sthita became Sthita. This will come in the 6.3 section, Uttarapade. So 6.3, the Sutram is said, when Samajikaranam is there, you have to do the, I think 8.3 around this one. I think it's 434. Striyaha Pumvat Bhashita Pumsakadanung Samajikarane Striyama Purani Priyadishu. Very complicated Sutram. Bottom line is that you get Pumvat Bhavaha. So this feminine term becomes Pumvat. When it's Samajikarane, Samajikarane is being there. Samajikarane is Striyam. So when you have a feminine term, which is in this case the word Atta, it becomes Samajikaranam with another feminine term, which is going to be Ratihi. Then, and it is the that prior adjective, Pumvad Bhai, become masculine, like so 6434. attaratihi and not attaratihi. It will become attaratihi and not attaratihi because 6, 4, 34, attaratihi. So, this is for Bahuvri compounds. There's a sutram later on for Karmadharya, which is more powerful sutram. So, attaratihi, the Pumvad Bhavaha by 6, 4, 30, 6, 3, 34. 6, 3, 34. If you want to do Karmadharya, you should use 6, 3, 42, which is less exception, so 6, 3, 42. So simple thing is that Attaratihi means one who had taken up satisfaction, one who was satisfied, one who was content. Dasharataha is Attaratihi, Evam Attaratihi. So Evam Atma Sambhavan Tan Niveshya Attarati San Dasharataha Swam Purim Nyavartata. So having thus married his 4 sons and being contented, being satisfied, being pleased, he returned to his capital, to his town. So just follow Vyakhyanam now. So, Evam, no commentary. Evam means Anena Prakarena, Purvokta Prakarena. So, English means thus, in this manner. So, he just told you how he got them married. So Evam. So, Attaratihi Anuragavan. So what did Manatha do? He took Ratihi and make it Anuragaha. Ratihi can also have other meanings like, enjoyment, even sexual enjoyment, etc. So Ratihi says, he's not saying, so he's giving you Anuragaha. Anuraga means, like in this case, Anuraga also means affection or love. Also means in this case, any contentment. So Anuragavan. She converted the Bahuvri compound. He gave Tadita form for it with the same meaning. Because this Bahuvri is a little bit kind of twisted, isn't it? One who had taken up contentment. So simply he says Anuragavan, one who had. Pratyaya being used is Matup. Matup becomes Vatup because we end in. See, when does Matup become Vatup? When the Pradipadikkam either ends in the Avarna or the Makara, or has Avarna or Makara as Upadha. That's one of the main sutram when Vatup, that Matup of Makaras, Matup becomes a Vakaraha. So that one will be in, I think 8 to, where is the sutram? Here it is, 8 to, yeah, 8 to 9. Madhupadhayascha Matorvo. So Matorvo, the Makara of Matub becomes Vakaraha. When Mad Upadhayascha. So if you either have the Makara or Avarna at the end, or the Upadha is Makara or Avarna. I think the example which I like all the time, Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, Lakshmivan. Lakshmivan, that Makara is Upadha over there, it also become Lakshmivan, not Lakshmiman. Default Pratyaya is Matup, of course, by 5294. Tadasyasti asmin niti Matup, so 5294. That Matup will become Vatup by that Sutram 8 to 9. So he's given the Paryaya Shabdaha, Tadita form Anuragavan. So, dictionary like Bhagavan, Anuragavat Pratipadikam. Saha, who is Saha? Dasharataha. That Dasharat, because Saha Dasharata is coming here. Tam Shaturo Api Atma Sambhavan. Api means, I think, all, Sarvan. So all of them, having married all of his 4 sons. Okay, there's Sandhi going on over here between Sambhavan and Tan. Sambhavan plus Tan. We won't go through all detail in the class because I think all of you must be following Saturday class and the notes. You have this Sandhi many times. So you give you the sutram for that, and you can look up the notes for Saturday class, and you can get all the details for that. If you can go to AVG Sanskrit. One more thing I want to show you, by the way. If you go to, let's look at this one. If you go, let's look at this Sandhi now. I'm going to give you a sutram for that. Which sutram is the Kartik?
Naschavya Prashan.
Naschavya Prashan, right? Naschavya Prashan.
Yeah, Naschavya Prashan.
So if you have a Padanta Nakaraha, or by the Chav, so Kapa, Cha, Ta, Tha, Cha, Ta, Tav. So basically if you have the Cha, Cha, the Ta, Ta, or Ta, Tha, following a Padanta Nakaraha, what do you have right now? We have Sambhavan Tan. So Sambhavan Nakara, Padanta Nakara followed by Takaraha. That's what we have. So when that is there, then what happens is that 2 things happen. That Nakara becomes a Ru, and we get the Anuswara on the prior vowel. So following the prior vowel. So 2 two things. That's the confusing part of the sandhi. This sandhi is confusing because there are two operations. One is that the nakara becomes a ru. Of course, then ru becomes, into the karavasana visajaniya saha. But the prior anuswara also comes over here. So that is the confusion. There are two things. This anuswara along with the sakara or whatever the visarga operations come here. That's the confusing thing about this. About this sandhi is confusing. The padacheda is atma sambhavan plus stan. That nakara of atma sambhavan, anta nakara is sthani rur adesha. Then following the prior vowel, you get the anuswara also. Now, what I want to show you is that if you want to look at the sutram, let's say 837 on the website, what you can do is that you can search for that. Let's say you want to get some more examples of this, You want some more examples. I think you can search over here. Okay, so let's search for 837. Okay, so any of these sutras which I give example in the class, you can search on the website and see what you get. See, here is that there is, so I think I only searched the document for you. I made a mistake. Let me go to the website in the. I should go to the home page. And then search for. So go to avgsanskrit.org. This is Kalpesh's brainchild, and then you go for 837, and search for that. See where all we get. Getting only two hits for this. Why is that? Kalpesh, you there? You know what? Maybe I should go to.
Satishji, I think because our examples that we did were originally in the mail format, I think we may not have the examples on the site.
I think we had one. I think we had this one. Kalpesh, didn't we have this one? Let me try something. Let me go to the. I think I'm in the pages category. Maybe in the down. Let me go to one of the. Let me try this one now. I'm in one of the posts. Let me try 837. Basically, I think we had this one 837. Let me try. No. Okay. I guess maybe we don't have examples for this. Let me try another sutra. Maybe let me just give me a chance. Give me 1 minute here. So this is the important thing that we have. Let's try Akasami Dirgha 101. Okay. Yes. You know what? We don't have examples for that one yet. Okay. So maybe we should put an example for that one. Okay. Anyway, if any other sutra that you want to search, you can just put the sutram here on the website and just hit the search button. I'll give you all the examples where sutram has been used. And you can go there and get plenty of examples, plenty of practice, and you can get all the details, So here in all these examples, this Akasami Dirgha has been used. Okay. So this one we have not used on the website yet, so we should put some example there. But I just want to show this technique that you can use this website and search. Everything on the website is searchable, So you can get all these examples when you're at home. Okay, so Sutram was 837 along with 834. So Vyakhyana is Evam Anyan Prakarena Atratihi Anuragavan Saha Dasharataha Tan Chaturaha. Now Chatur Pradibadikam, this is also Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. Chatur Shabdaha Nityam Bahuvachanantaha. So this Chatur Shabdaha Nityam Bahuvachanantaha. So it is always going to be Sabhava. So that is the Sabhava of Chatur Shabda means the number 4. Unless it goes into the compound or something, it will always be plural. Makes sense. And so Chatur is the Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. Because the Prathama is Chatvaraha. So Chatur is the Dvitiya. Again, you can look for we had examples on the website. You can look for. You can also search for this word Chaturaha, Chatvaraha on the website. You can get example for that also. Let's do that for a second. You can go here and you can search for Chatvaraha. You get the example for Chatvaraha over here. So Chatvaraha. Chatvaraha. You should get some examples here. I know we had the form Chatvaraha. Here. So here we come Chatvaraha, Chatvari. So you see Chatvara all is covered over here. So you can just go to Chatvara and look at all the examples over here. Okay. So that is so all these words you can search on the website and get examples. So you can look at all the details. So Chatvaraha is so Chaturaha is a pratyaya shas dvitiya bahuvachanam samadhikaranam. So Tan Chaturaha Atma Sambhavan is all samadhikaranam, means those 4 sons. Because and he gives the commentary Atma Sambhavan Putran. So Atma Sambhavan equals Putran, very straightforward, simple comment. These are the tidbits you want to be taking first. Very simple, small, alpha khandani. So it is very, very easy. So we say that, so Atma Sambhavan equals Putran. Tatra Mithilayam. Tatra is a pratyatral which is coming in the Tadita form. Saptamya astral, which you can only know that Saptam is being used. You don't know what it is. Is it Tasmin? Is it Tayoho? Is it Teshu? Is it, Tasu? What is it? So it is Tasyam, Mithilayam. So Mithilayam, Niveshya, Vivaya. So now he gives how do you get the word Niveshya, Vivaya? Look at one more thing, by the way. He maintained the same Nich Pratyaya in the Vyakhyanam also. In the Vyakhyanam also, he used the Pratyaya Nich. So Vivah is to marry, but Vivaya, so Vah becomes Vahi by adding Nich. The same Prakriya which was used in the Mula Shabda, he kept the same Pratyaya in the Vyakhyanam also. So Vah became Vahi and Vivaya, the same steps in Nirniti and all the same steps. Now he gives the Shabda Kosha. Vishwaha. Shabda Kosha he gives is Niveshaha Shibira Udvaha Vinyaseshu Prakitataha. So Niveshaha is used in these three meanings. Shibira, like a camp, like an army camp, encampment. So Niveshaha. It have to be army, any kind of a camp. So Shibira. Udvaha means Vivaha, means to marry. And Vinyasa is like an arrangement of something, like an arrangement. Akshara Vinyasaha, like an arrangement of letters. So Shibira Udvaha Vinyaseshu Sakititaha. See how careful these commentators are. They make sure they have the Adhar of Shabda Kosha. They don't make these meanings on their own. They just like we go to Apte, they go to Vishwa or Amar Kosha, Hala Yudha, or one of these Shabda Kosha and get the meaning, get the authority to say that this Ni plus Vish, Niveshaha, can be used in the sense of Vivaha, Udvaha, Prakiriti, Vishwaha. Now comes a little bit of a kind of a idiomatic, this is a cultural thing. Trishu Advasu equals Prayaneshu Satsu. The difficult part of the shloka is this one, at least that I found. The difficult part of this verse is this. Trishu Advasu equals Prayaneshu Satsu. Sati Saptami is telling you. Satsu means Sati Saptami. So when three steps or three kind of laps had taken place, when three segments of the journey had taken place, what is this whole thing going on here? This is, the acharaha. This is the paddhati. In the when you send off somebody, you're supposed to go with that person for like 3 steps or 3 nights or 3 days, 3 something, and then only you send them. You don't say goodbye. I mean, nowadays of course nobody does that. For 3 exits, how about that? In modern terms, you drive with him for 3 exits and then you say goodbye to him. So this Advasu, Advan means really a road, a path. So it's like a segment. So Prayanaha means like 3 steps of the journey. So Prayana means like a journey. So he says that Trishu Advasu Prayaneshu Satsu. Adva means road, so Adva means Prayanam, means 3 kind of setting out. So 3 exits. So Trishu Advasu Prayaneshu Satsu. So Satsu, you supply that. Sati Saptami means that when 3 exits had gone by, so when 3 steps of the journey had been done, so then the Pradipadi is Advan Pradipadikam. Sharadvatita. Sharadvatita comes at the end of the Lalita Sahasranama Stotram. Advan becomes Adva, Advanam, etc. Different like, Rajan, Adva, Advanam, Advano, Adva, Advano, Advanaha, Advanam, etc. Advasu, you get the Nulava Paripadikantasya 8 to 7, different like Rajan, Advasu, so Prayaneshu Satsu, that's the difficult part of the shloka. So after having gone for 3 steps, Visrishta Maitalaha San. So Bahuvari compound. Look at that Nishtha Pratyaya at the beginning of in the Pura Padam. It's a Bahuvari trademark, right? So sutra called Nishtha that Panini uses in two places of Ashtadhyayi. One place in 2.2, Panini says Nishtha Pratyaya, the Nishthantam Padam will become the Pura Padam in the Samasaha, around 228 or so. So Pratyaya called Nishtha, 36, I'm sorry, Nishtha. So remember, if you say Nishtha, Nishthantam Padam is a Pura Padam, and if you're trying to break the tie between a Karmadharya and, with Tatpurusha and Bahuvrihi, then probably you're bet on the Bahuvrihi. So Visrishta Maithilaha. So Visrishtaha. So Maithilaha, Janakaha, Yena Saha. So one who has said goodbye to Janaka Raja. Son. So being thus, being one who had Dhatu Srij. Sutram is year 8236 special sutram. When you saw Shoho Kuhu, you get the Murdanya Shakaradeshaha by 8236 special sutram, which is exceptional mention about 7 dhatus is Jalipadante. These dhatus take the Murdanya Shakaradeshaha. Of course, that you get Shunashtu. After that, Vrashcha, Srija, Mrija, Yajaraj, Brajascha, Shamshaha. So these dhatus, Vrashcha, Srija, Mrija, Yaj, Raj, and Braj. These, and then anyone ending in that Murdanya, Talavya Shakaraha, Talavya Chakaraha, or Talavya Shakaraha, they get the Murdanya Shakara Adeshaha, Jaliyatra Padante. So 8236, followed by the usual Shtunashtuhu, Visrishta. This is Anit Dhatu. You check with that. I'm not mentioning all the steps anymore. You check the Iragamaha in the Janteshu. You should find the Dhatu Srij in there. So Visrishta, just put it in document quickly. Visrishta 8236 is what you want to use. Visrishta. Visrishta is Visrishta Maithilaha. 8236 Dhatu Srij along with 8441 Shtunashtuhu. Very basic thing, but good to practice these. Son. Then Swam Purim Nyavartata. Swam Purim, of course, is Swam. Swa is a pronoun. Purim is the noun. To his own capital. He returned to his own capital. What's the problem here? Problem here is that, in Gita, Yadgatvana Nivartante Tadhama Paramamama. Yadgatvana Nivartante. Nivartanta Nivrat. Of course, Nyavartata is a lang lakara, straightforward prakriya. Ni plus avartata, Tatya Shap is there, ending ta, which is the third person singular in Atmanepadam, ta atam jha. The problem here is that this should have not taken an object, because it is akarmaka dhatu. Vartate is akarmaka. One way out, you can make nyavartata into a sakarmaka. One way out. Other way out is that he says you supply something, which is, what is he saying here? Uddesha kriyapekshaya karmattam puryaha. So puryaha karmattam. This puri has become a karma. Puryaha karmattam. Katam sammavati. Uddesha kriyapekshaya. That is in relation to. This uddesha kriya. So this dhatu uddish that should be supplied here. This swam purim. You can say uddishya. Uddishya navartata. So he returned, headed for his capital. He returned. Navartata only means returned. Returned with the intention of going to his capital, means heading for his capital, he returned. So that he is supplying this one, this kriya has to be supplied in between here, which is understood from Navartata. Otherwise, Purim will not take the karma because akarmaka prayoga is akarmaka dhatu is here. So that's why he's saying uddesha kriya apekshaya karmatvam puryaha. If you understand what the comrade is trying to say, that's a major step for us. What is he trying to convey by this statement? What problem does he have? So to understand what problem he has, first of all. Why does he need the vyakhyanam? Because the problem that he has is that, not he means the shloka has, is that the Purim cannot take Dvitiya. So he's taking you understand that this Uddish is in there. So he returned, kind of heading towards his capital. So that's the thing. Okay. Let's see. Can I do? Venkatji, you there? You will do this for us? Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's try. The king Dasharatha. So let's see. So Dasharatha in the shloka is right here, Dasharatha. And then the king. Do we have a king over here? I think probably Saha only to take.
Saha Dasharatha.
Purvoktaha Dasharatha. Having married. So, this is the one here.
Niveshya.
Niveshya. We already saw Nivesh can mean to marry. He's given the Shabdakosha here. Nivesha Shibira Udvaha Vinyase Shusuvivaha Udvaha. Okay, so having married, thus. What is thus?
Evam.
Evam is thus. Evam. This is also a very good puzzle thing you can do, by the way. What I like to do is that, the Gita Press has the entire Bhagavad Gita, as well as the entire Ramayana and the entire Bhagavata Puranam in very, very good English translation. So you can just play the puzzle game, Try to mix and match. It's like match the columns, Try to take the Padacheda available to you also, right? So you have the Padacheda, entire Gita is available to you. Entire Ramayana is also available. Entire Bhagavata Puranam is available. Entire Raghuvamsham is available to you also later on. And you match the columns. Mix and match this to here. Because then you can understand why is this matching with what. But you got for that, you need a good translation for that. You need a faithful translation, not just a summary. Then you cannot do it. So, okay. Okay. All. What is all? What do you think, Venkatji? What is with the all? Any guesses? It will be api, I think. Api. Api is the all.
Evam api. Oh, api.
So api means sarvan ityartha. Sarvan ityartha. So all means because look at this idiomatic expression, It says chatvaro chaturopi. Sarvan chaturaha. All 4 of them. So even all 4. Okay. Those 4 sons.
Chaturaha.
Chaturaha is 4. Those is tan.
Tan Chaturaha.
And then Atma Sambhavan is sons. Atma Sambhavan. That is there.
Tan Atma Sambhavan Chaturaha.
Chaturaha. There is at Mithila, is taking the commentary with it.
Tatra.
And Vyakhyanam Mithilayam. Brackets is Vyakhyanam. It's also almost in the Gita Press book, same thing here. The Vyakhyanam will be in the brackets, okay? And having dismissed the king of Mithila, that's the compound word, which is this one.
Trishu Visrishta Maithilaha.
So it means that is the son being so. Visrishta Maithilaha. After 3 journeys, at the 3rd stage, so that is this one here.
Advasu. Trishu Advasu.
Trishu Advasu Satsu. When 3 stages had been completed, when 3 exits had gone by, after that, began to return. Okay. Nyavartata. With great pleasure. Alright. This one back here. It was back here. Astaratihi. And then to his own capital. So that is the one, Swampuri. And again, thank you. So the one thing that he said was to his own capital. That was this Uddishya. So return is Nyavatata Uddishya. Okay, time is up. So the next 3 shlokas we talk about this Dushakunani, because these bad omens come now, which is going to portend the coming of Parshurama. So Parshurama Agamana Suchakani Dushakunani Varnyante Trivishlokai Varnyante. Next 3 shlokas will talk about the bad omens which are going to portend the coming of Parshurama. So that when if you want to do that for homework for you, next time grammar, he's talking about this 4142 pratyay neep is being used with the word, I think it's the word sthalim is being used, neep. Then pratipagaha, if you want to do some homework, interesting homework, interesting word, pratipa. Pratipa means contrary. It comes from interesting derivation from pratip, that's up, means when the waters are going the other way. So pratip, that's up. Look at Sutram 6397 along with 5474. So that up becomes eep. So becomes eep. So becomes eep. Up becomes eep. Becomes e. And then so pratipa, and then you get the akara at the end by 5474. Now rest of them is kind of this. Rayaha means currents of water, and Varuthini, which is Varuthini is an army, which if you follow in Saturday class notes, you should know that word Varuthini. We saw all the examples of the Senayaha, Paraya Shabdaha. Varuthini is an army, and this little lakaraha here, Dhatu Klish. You're going to do for homework. Dhatu Klish, Chik Klishuhu means that they were troubled. Chik Klishuhu. And Jatu comes in Gita, Najatu, Krishnamapi. So Jatu comes in Gita, so we can also homework for you. Find where Jatu comes in Gita. Okay, let's stop with that. Time is up. So Ramo Raja Manistada Vijayate, Ramam Ramesham Vaje, Ramena Vyata Nishachala Chamu, Ramaya Tasmai Namaha, Rama Nasti Paranam, Parataram Ramaschada Sosmyam, Rame Chittare, Stada Bhotame, Rama Mamudhara, Rama Rameti Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tulyam, Rama Nama Varanane, Sri Rama Nama Varanana Undame.